Let's talk about dynamic tooling. So one of the things when I'm building a pipeline is sometimes I don't know which tool I need to run every different component. And so I may try a command and find out that it doesn't work. And I'm wondering what's going on. So I look at the logs and maybe I can modify my pipeline. But here, because I can run in debug mode, I can actually sort of build my pipeline dynamically by trying different things as I go. So let's look at a scenario where we actually install some tooling. And we'll have these tools on demand here. So let's go over to another pipeline. Check that out. Keep those questions coming, by the way. I love that. These are a lot more fun to do when we have some interactivity. Let's see. Sometimes when I'm running Zoom and 500 things, my computer just runs slow. There we go. All right, debug examples. And let's go over to dynamic tooling. Now here you can see there's an Alpine, a lot of these demos I'm showing you very simple pipelines. They're not using our custom steps or anything. Most of you have probably seen that already. So here, this is an Alpine image and it updates and installs OpenSSH. So I'm gonna run this in debug mode as well. And we're gonna see how the tooling actually moves and persists. So I'm going to go before, override, and after. And let's see how this works. And we're actually going to install some tooling dynamically. So when you run the override, none of the commands in the step that are specified run, right? So instead of running it, it just dumps us into the debugger where we can execute things. All right, so I'm in my pipeline. And if I try to do like an SSH, that's not going to work because I don't have OpenSSH installed. Okay, so if I do an APK update and OpenSSH, this will install it really quick, and now I can actually run SSH, right? Okay, but I'm in the before step. Again, if I cat out my OS release, you can see that we're running on Alpine 3.7. I guess I should have set a different specified version of Alpine for my container step. So I'm going to move into the step now, and we look at the YAML. We can see that this is running the Alpine image, and that it would normally do this stuff, but it actually hasn't done this because we're overwriting it. So in this case, when I run SSH, it's not going to be available. I just installed it, right? I installed it before the step, which is actually not in this container. It's actually not in this step. So I actually have to do it again, and you can see that we overrode the step because this stuff hasn't been installed. So I can do that as well. And, oh. Here we go. Install it really fast. Now SSH is available. And then we also set a breakpoint afterwards, so let's continue. See what happens. Now in this case, is SSH available? No, because now we're actually moved back into the shared workspace. Now in the shared workspace, it's not a single container that's being reused before and after every step. Instead, they're all their own instances. So they're all going to be clean and separate, but they all have access to the shared volume, right? So this shows you how you can install dynamic tooling, try different things out, and build on your pipeline from here. And I actually like to jump into this mode, run lots of different commands, and then go and add those things into my pipeline as I go. And that way, I basically figure out exactly what will and won't work with my pipeline. I can check state, I can set state, and all those kinds of things, and I know what's going to happen.